Good afternoon. And today is Sunday. I think it's the 19th of June, and it's Father's Day. So, to all those fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Well, I've been kind of working in the garden, and I've got this jungle now, and I call it a jungle because I've got so many plants. It's taken a long time for my tomatoes to ripen. But I've got some sitting on the windowsill in my kitchen. I have been patiently battling the critters that want to eat my food. So I discovered that it's not squirrels. I think I told you yeah, I had a couple rats. So I put out rat traps, and I've put out food and those kinds of things. And what the signs are that it is working is because I was planting beans and string beans and they wouldn't come up. And if I went in the yard, I'd see no sign of the bean that I'd planted, not even a little bit. So what I think was happening was that they were eating the beans just as they piped up. I'll tell you why this blue thing is on the floor in a minute. Well, you'll see. Anyhow, so now as we're going through the garden, I've got tomatoes, and yeah, I got some tomato blight and stuff, so I'll be cutting off the leaves. But these are hopefully you can see them. Here are my beans. And this whole row of beans, I planted a whole bunch of them thinking that they weren't coming up. Well, they were coming up. They were just being eaten. So and they're black-eyed peas, by the way. And I've got some in the pot with my other tomato plant here that hasn't given me any tomatoes at all. This one has some tomatoes. And this one is a tomato plant that, from a sucker, you take the side shoots off, and I rooted it, and one did okay, but the other half of it is doing fine. I just need to water. It's in the 90s today here in the Colony, Texas, just north of Dallas. And I've lost my squash. Well, pretty much I'm losing my squash, but I'm letting it grow. The one vine that I did have a squash on died from a squash borer. So I'm just playing with this. I'm not going to work it too much. My cucumber plant is just sitting here. I keep getting nothing but male flowers. I have no clue why I keep getting male flowers and no female. So we will see. But remember, this is an experiment, and I'm not going to work too hard. But you see, let me show you here. See the vines? They're all splitting and stuff. So, and this one's splitting. So I don't know if spaghetti squash just splits on its own. Here's another one. So I've got to research that and find out, because they're just splitting, and usually that they tell me it's a sign of the squash borer, but I'm thinking, no, that's not it. I got other issues here, different kind. Look at that leaf. So there's other issues there, but I've got no female flowers. So this week I'm gonna see what I can do and do some spraying and all of that. And my Brussels sprouts, well, we'll have to see, because that little critter rat was eating my Brussels sprouts, but it looks like I've got some Brussels sprouts coming up. So we will see if they are coming and gonna grow anyway. And see that there? Well, I saw on the internet a gentleman who said that critters don't like the smell of mothballs, and so you put little vents on the side of the bottles, plastic bottles, little V vents, openings, and put 3 mothballs in some water in there, and put it in there, and the smell of the mothballs will keep the critters away. So we'll see, but they haven't so far been eating my tomatoes, which is good. Look at these. I've got tomatoes on top of tomatoes, and these are growing really nice. Nice big tomatoes here, and they've been on there for several weeks. They just haven't been turning red. So remember, shake your leaves, right? So I've got some flowers here, and I'm still shaking them every day, and they are making, tomatoes. So it's really good. All right, over here, tomatoes, but this one here in the pot, this one in the 5-gallon bale, not doing so well. But these in my grow bags, I've been picking cherry tomatoes off of these, and this one is in this particular one, and it's grown all over here. So I'm getting tomatoes from the plants here. And my basil, I've been picking off of both of these basil plants just like continuously. And I've got green peppers coming, really nice. I already picked the green pepper off of that one. Here's another green pepper over here, right? So got lots of peppers. So remember, I chopped off the tip of the pepper when it was growing so it could give me lots of side shoots, and the side shoots are giving me peppers also. So this is good. Now, why is that blue tarp there? Well, that blue tarp is there because I am going to go into this garbage bag and pull it out and see how many potatoes I have. Now, I'm gonna go off screen and pull it out onto the tarp and open it up and see what happens. So I'll be back.